Hey everybody, it's Biker Bob 59 here. Thought today I'd do a little kind of prepping type shit. Mostly it's in Canada we have to worry about winter because it's major cause of freezing to death. But myself, I'm a little cheap. I don't like to buy firewood all the time, and because of my shoulder problems, I really can't go out and get it myself. I mean, we're allowed to actually go up Crown land and cut deadfall and chop that up for our own, use. But what I found is I think I saw a video on it, but it's how to make fire bricks, or bricks out of newspapers and leaves and trash like that. So I went and bought one of the machines and started making bricks, and it works pretty slick. So I figured today I'd kind of give you a quick view of what I do and how I'm doing it, and might be entertaining to some people, might just be information. I appreciated that video the guy did. Can't remember who the hell it was, can't find it anymore. But so I'll do one kind of the same thing. So anyway, let's go over and we'll take a look at what the slurry I'm using and what the brick maker looks like. Alrighty, so here we go. Okay, now what I'm using is just a metal garbage can. And what you see in there is newspapers, flyers, all that junk mail crap. You just soak it for a good 24 hours at least. 48's a little better. And then you can throw pine cones, as you can see, and leaves and dead grass and whatever you want in there. And just mix it all together. What I use for mixing it is a half-inch cordless, or half-inch drill, that's cord type, and a paint mixer. Now, these are the one on there right now is a real cheap one. It cost me $1. So there's not a lot of money invested in this. The log maker is right here, and it does 4 at a time. It was around $50. Unfortunately, I had to ship it out of the States, and it cost me about another $50 shipping. But still, when you pay $100 for a half a cord of wood, this could save some money. It takes me about an hour a day to make bricks. I make about 4 at a time, and then refill the barrel with shredded paper. I use a paper shredder for that. You can just sit and rip it up yourself. That'll work just fine. Paper shredder is just a little less work. And I had one. So anyway, let's see. I will do the slurry. I'll show you what I do. I generally just use a bucket. This one happens to be broken, but it works. And get a nice bucket full. Take it over, dump it into the brick maker now. It's best to fill it right level, and also you pack it down so it gets in all the corners and everything. So this isn't that hard to do with one hand, I guess. Trying to get one of my kids to be my cameraman, but they're all busy. Oh well. Actually, one of them's cutting the lawn, so I don't want to stop him from doing that, because otherwise I'll have to. This is going to be shitty camera work, guys. Sorry about that, but that's what you're going to get from, well, that's pretty much what you always get from me. Beautiful day here in Saskatoon. Talking we might get some rain, but wouldn't hurt anything either. So I just packing it into the corners and everything. Yeah, I find that just the amount of junk mail and junk flyers we get every day pretty much allows you to do, like I say, about 8 of these. And I think probably wouldn't do a day's worth of, I'm pretty sure 8 wouldn't do a day's worth of heating the house, especially not this stone monstrosity I live in. But my wife likes it, so we have to live here. It's an alright house. It's very well built. It's just back in the 60s, they didn't really do a lot with insulation. And I think because it's cinder block and then brick clad, I think all I did was put some kind of insulation in the cinder blocks. Once the cinder blocks were up, I just kind of pour an insulation in there, and that's what you get. So yeah, heating is a little hefty on this place. Luckily, like I said, we got fireplaces, and you know, if you can get the wood for a reasonable price, or do this, you can cut down on your heating costs a lot. Plus, it's nice to have a fire, especially in the winter. Not so nice in the summer because it's hot. Now, what I'm doing to press these down, because I figure anything I can just use my body weight for is the best. Besides which, gives me an excuse for having this amount of body weight. Alright, so it does have these cross pieces. That gives you some leverage on it. Lets you really crank it down. Yeah, you're not going to get to watch this because I'll kill myself trying to stand on these. Oh, hang on. This is going to be a terrible video. But, like I say, this is a really neat, I don't know what you can call it, brick maker, fire log maker. Very well built. I've been using it a fair bit, and it's standing up quite well. Now what I usually like to do is flip it over. There we go. And stand on it some more. And then I'll just let it sit here for a bit. Usually only a few minutes. And it will drain a bit, and then I'll show you taking the bricks out. I'll show you where I actually dry them. I just put this together because I was finding if I just put them in the shed and they were still wet, put them in the woodshed, they're starting to get moldy. So what I've done is just taken some simple 1x2s and a shelf bracket, adjustable shelf bracket, and attached it to the back end of my fence here. And I got 4 of them so far. I can get probably another 2 or 3 on there. So should be able to dry. And this is a finished product, or close to being finished. And as you can see, it's really just mushed up paper, but it burns really well. You know, some of the darker colored ones have got leaves in them. You can actually see leaves and pine cones in them. But yeah, this will take outside. I think it'll take about a week to get them really dry, and then I can throw them in the woodshed with the wood and just continue drying more of them. That's my cat / rabbit cage, because I spoil my animals, apparently, so I've been told. So my cats can come in from the basement, or come out from the basement, and gives them a little cage. They can get some fresh air. They've got little caves over there, built out of just some leftover flagstone from the house. Chunk of tree that we cut down, use that. Makes a good scratching post for them. They enjoy it. Water bowl with a fountain, so they think the water is actually flowing, because otherwise they get mad if it's not fresh every couple hours. But yeah, that's, you know, didn't cost that much to put it together. It's just stucco wire and some outdoor wood. So yeah, but it is a little ridiculous for cats. But what are you gonna do, eh? Animals, you love them. You got to do all kinds of stupid shit for them. Oh. And the worst part is, oh, my cats are just pound cats. Well, 2 of them are. The other one we actually just found living under our deck at our old house. So, yeah, he was the cheapest one until he went and got hit by a bus. And then busted his knee up and his teeth. And, yeah, and of course he got home and the kids found out he was alive before I could take him to the vet. So we ended up spending a whole pile of money. But again, what are you going to do? It's a pet. You make a commitment to them. You got to really take a look after them. I know some people just say, well, you know, 22 bullets, a lot cheaper than surgery, which, yeah, it would be. But, yeah, well, anyway, I digress. There's one of the bricks. I made it still, you can see it's still soft, but it will dry out. And it's amazing how well they burn, and they don't really leave a lot of ash, which is nice, because you're not having to clean the damn fireplace all the time. So, and then drop them up there. They can get air at the bottom as well as at the top, and that's all I do. And I put about 8 of those up a day. Oh, there's the one that cost me all the money. Stormy! Meow! Hey, buddy. Yeah, he's the one we found under the deck, and he was an outdoor cat for a long time, until he got hit by the bus. Then we kept him in. When we moved to this house, we thought, okay, well, we'll see if he can, let him out and stuff, because he really likes to go out and catch mice and birds and terrorize all the neighborhood cats. But a neighbor complained about he was going over to the neighbor's house and taking a dump in his flower bed. So I can kind of understand, if you're digging in your flower bed and you get a fresh cat dump. But so he's an indoor cat completely now, and he's actually took a couple years, but he's getting used to it. And he's got this big cage. He can at least be outside. They've actually managed to catch birds in there. I think birds are kind of stupid and fly in through there. Then they have trouble getting out. And meanwhile, the cats have no trouble at all catching them and eating them. But I figure that's better for the bird gene pool if the bird's dumb enough to fly into a cage full of cats. So anyway, that's my bricks. Again, I'm digressing and getting off subject. This is probably going to be, no, this is way too long for my videos. Anyway, that's what I'm going to load you up. So, let's see here. So, that's my prepping tips, I guess. Yeah, I'll call this prepping tips. So, everybody, have a good weekend. It's just the end of my weekend, but I don't know. Have a good day. And we'll see you in the next video. Hopefully it won't be quite as rambly. Alright, see you guys. Bye.